Hey, I'm Robert from CommonCare, and I'm excited to talk to you a little bit about what it is that we believe here at CommonCare and why it's a little unorthodox. If you agree with us here, you will love our process and what it is that we can provide for you and our company. If you don't agree with what it is that you hear in this video, this will be our last interaction. And that's okay. Free markets are about experiments and seeing what works. And that's our first bit of philosophy for you. We can break down our approach into three core principles. First, receiving healthcare from a medical professional is not an unalienable right. Second, employers do not have a moral obligation to insure their employees against loss, especially with regards to things that happen unrelated to work. Third, sharing risk with others must have a code of conduct. Now, let's break these down. First, receiving healthcare from a medical professional is not an unalienable right. Is this too messy to get into here? Not at all. If you treat receiving healthcare from a medical professional as an unalienable right, you will get something like what we have in our current healthcare system today. All of our inalienable rights, the life, liberty, pursuit of happiness, require pursuit of that right by the right holder, which pursuit should not be infringed upon by others. So to put it more clearly, you have the right to seek good health, and you may not infringe upon the health of others by your own actions. So how exactly that translates into the idea that you cannot employ more than 50 employees without offering some sort of affordable coverage for at least 60% of their seeking assistance from a medical professional with no annual or lifetime limits or behavioral limitations to what it is you can cover seems like a little bit of a stretch of rights, doesn't it? If you don't think that's a bit of a stretch, that's okay, but you and we are probably not going to work well together. So are we just grinding a political axe here? No. In fact, we suggest and encourage that anyone not required by the ACA to offer a group health plan still offer a group health plan. We are for healthcare and risk sharing. However, when you consume it as a right, you run into some serious problems drawing those lines of what is effective and what is not. Our plans discriminate very carefully between what is desirable and what is required. Choices are good, and measuring the impact of those choices is what allows free market systems to thrive. And we're very good at that. Second, employers do not have a moral obligation to insure their employees against risk of loss, especially loss that is not related to work. We hit on the legal obligations in the first principle. However, many employers are feeling backed into a moral corner of having to take care of their employees. But remember, here's how employers take care of their employees: by building the most stellar organization within their field. And recruiting awesome people and paying them generously is the way to make that happen. In what world would it make sense to say, if anything happens to you outside of work, brought about by your own actions, it's okay, we'll pay for it without limit? It just doesn't make sense. So take these generous dollars that you're willing to pay your people and allow them to receive it in the most efficient way possible that makes sense to them. Since employees do and will always have healthcare expenses, and because Congress has decided that the most tax-advantaged way to spend that money is through a group-provided health plan, it makes sense to have one.
Healthcare, how are you going to pay for that?
By writing the tax code.
But remember, no employer anywhere says, okay, all set for payroll budget. Oh, wait, we forgot healthcare. Okay, let's just take some money from somewhere else and let's put it in there for that. Nope. Those funds come straight out of the payroll budget. So allow individual employees to choose if that money goes towards use it or lose it premiums, or towards something else that matches their healthcare needs in a way that's efficient for them. That is taking care of people. Third and lastly, shared risk must have a code of conduct. You're not going to participate in an auto insurance policy that allows some drivers to wreck 5 vehicles a month driving 120 miles an hour, throw all those costs into the pot, spread the premiums around, and charge the reckless driver the same amount that you're still charging the responsible ones. What do you think in that scenario would happen to the premiums? Hint, what we're seeing happening with our current healthcare premiums. Up and up and up. What are we doing here? But wait, you say, that's the exact scenario that the ACA created. We can't do anything about it. Wrong. The state-run competitive marketplaces can't do anything about it. Private groups can. The ACA definitions are based on your actuarial experience. It's true and unfortunate that you cannot structure plans to discriminate against the reckless behavior, except smoking. You can, however, structure the plan to push down accountability to the individual participants. This is what CommonCare plans optimize for, because the real-world results prove that that's the best method for everyone. Remember, this is not a greedy conservative scheme to keep all the money at the top. We're for the democratization of healthcare in a big way. However, in the auto insurance example that I explained earlier, everyone is going to lose. The whole marketplace is going to become a literal and figurative car wreck of moral hazards. That's why these philosophical principles matter. They guide our decisions. With these in place, we're aiming for a better future. But in the present, our job is to go into the current laws and marketplace and figure out how to achieve the best experience possible. So if any of this resonates with you, we would love to get to know you better. You can connect with us at commoncare.org and see how we're putting this vision into action. Here's a little hint, it will save you and your employees a lot of money.